of you who have been patiently waiting. We had a couple of technical difficulties, a few glitches. Apparently we're still glitching because I'm just now seeing the live button. So let me start all over again. Welcome to the second Monday of this week. You are watching the live broadcast with some of the authors from Congratulations, You Just Lost Your Job. We are so glad that you were able to join us tonight. Thank you so much. We know that you had other things you could be doing tonight, but thank you for coming to hear what we have to say and listening to us as we share our stories. I'm going to introduce everybody right quick. They're going to give you their names. Okay, whoever's got the live broadcast running behind them, if you can put that on mute, I'd appreciate it because I'm getting double echoes here. Arlene, is that you? Okay, hold on one second, folks. I've got an echo I need to get rid of.
I was on mute, sorry.
Yeah, if you can mute your computer screen, that would be great because I am listening to myself in like a triple echo. All right, that's not me. Okay, you know what? The thing about being an entrepreneur is that whatever is going on, you have to keep your goal in mind. My goal tonight is to introduce you to these authors, to give you a great and entertaining broadcast, and come hell or high water, I'm going to make that happen. And to quote Papa Pope from Scandal, I am the hell and the high water. So, without any further ado, let me introduce you to the mastermind, my girl, my friend, my inspiration, the amazing, the unique, the wonderful LaShawn Renique. And I'm trying to rhyme even though I don't have the time. I'm going to do it anyway because that's just how we roll.
I love it.
LaShawn, please introduce yourself. Tell us the chapter title for your journey and what you do in your other life.
Okay, good evening, everybody. This is LaShawn Renique, and the chapter of my journey is called Employment TKO. Basically, it's talking about the 3 times that a job lost me and what I did in order to make things better for myself. So in the real world, what I do, I'm a project manager, COO consultant, my terms, my rules, and also, I am an entrepreneur. I do motivational speaking. I'm a transformational coach, inspirational coach, but most of all, I am a mommy. So it's just a blessing to be here. I welcome you all and thank you all for being here. And of course, my fearless leader, Mia, for taking on the task of the Hangouts, and my co-authors. I love you all and thank you so much for this journey with me.
Okay, I figured out what the problem was. Color me embarrassed. I had a screen running that I didn't realize, so all that echoing was me. Sorry about that. You know what? You can't make this stuff up, but guess what? The thing about being an entrepreneur is you flub up, you mess up, you trip, you slip, you fall, you get back up, you keep on going. And with that in mind, let me introduce you to... Wait, let me see if I can get her picture up. Okay, there you go. Arlene Span, could you please let our viewers know the name of your title and what you do in your real life?
All right, yes, I am. Thank you so much, Mia. I am Arlene Span, and my chapter title is Living Life on Purpose. And with Living Life on Purpose, the name of my company, Mia, is Arlene Span Sweat. And what that is a company where we help people to overcome struggles and challenges that they're having pertaining to health.
Fantastic. I hear you've got some projects in the works, so I'm excited to hear more about those a little bit later. All right, so I am now flipping over to one of my favorite people on the planet, Mr. Ruben West, a man that I consider an inspiration and a friend. If you could please let everybody know the name of your chapter and what you do in your real life.
So yeah, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to tell you what I do in my real life first.
Okay.
I do speak, coach, and train. I also assist in surgery. So from time to time, I do go in with different surgeons, and then I assist. Now, this was a profession that I started as an entrepreneur. So that's why I'm so excited to even be doing it, is because it was an idea that was given to me, and I took that idea and created it into an entrepreneurial journey. And so when I looked at this book and had the opportunity to be in a part of it, I knew it was something that I wanted to do. And so uh, my title for my chapter is Living Without Regret. And that's what I feel like everybody has to focus on doing. So living without regret.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, this next speaker is hardcore dedicated to helping other people,
Yeah.
because in South Africa where he is, it is what, 2:30 in the morning, almost 3. Dijesh, welcome. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Please tell everybody what you do and the chapter title.
Okay, hello everyone. Well, my name is Dijesh, and basically my chapter title is called Entrepreneurship is an Art. So I'm just gonna go to what I actually do. I run an organization called Power of a Teen, and what we do is that we help teenagers basically understand and define their passion and taking that and building that into a business that can be sustainable for them in the future. I also focus on building passive income streams, which allows me to basically, have smaller businesses that's passive income, that funds all of the things that I do. So apart from running an organization, I also do a little bit of motivational speaking, which I've just started. I'm an author as well, so yeah.
You left out something because I happen to know you dance.
Yes.
So, and what's the title of your chapter in the book?
Entrepreneurship is an art.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And first, I want to give a very special welcome to Miss Ebony Archer. She is joining us for the first time, but she is very much a part of this book project. Ebony, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're really glad to have you here. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and I'm going to give you a little bit more time just because you haven't been on here before.
Well, thanks, me. I'm so excited to be a part of this Google Hangout, and it's, of course, my first time. And I'm definitely like to give a shout out to LaShawn for asking me to be a part of this project. My name is Ebony Archer. I am an inspirational recording artist, speaker, and also an author. I have two organizations that I run. The first one is Spy by Purpose Incorporated. Basically, I use the media, entertainment, TV, films to really to spread a message of inspiration, to really pour out positive messages in the mainstream outlets instead of all the negative messages that you see on the TV and in music on a daily basis. And I also have a non-for-profit called Youth Speak Out, and basically I founded that organization last year in January, and we provide an outlet for the youth to speak up and against the different issues that they are facing, and also give a platform for the youth to showcase their talents and abilities. And I do that through You Speak Out TV show, radio show, and the different events that I do as well.
Fantastic. And what's the title of your chapter in the book?
The chapter in my book is called My Voice, and basically what that means is that I think that before you do anything, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, you definitely have to find your voice. And by finding your voice, you definitely have to empower yourself, because without empowering, without telling yourself that you can make it, then you won't develop that self-belief. And I believe that self-belief is the key to anyone's destiny. And by finding my voice, by finding that will to keep empowering, motivate myself, I found myself not only one but two businesses as well.
Fantastic. Thank you again for being here. So for those of you who don't know me, and that's probably all of you, my name is Mia Zachary. I am a creative vision developer, and what that means is that I believe everyone has a story, and that those stories matter. So what I do is help people tell the stories of their personal experience or of their business or of their mission, so that they can spread that message throughout the world. And I am so excited to be part of this project. In case you're just joining us, the title of the book is Congratulations! You just lost your job. What? You're congratulating me? You're giving me a pink slip? You're kicking me out the door and saying congratulations? Yeah, because as my friend Rubens likes to say, the job lost us. We have gone on to bigger and better, and we're not done yet. But I want to jump over to LaShawn because I want to ask her and have her explain how you came up with this concept. How did you come up with this book project?
Wow, that's an awesome question, Mia. It was sometime last year that I got laid off, and I kept saying, like, there's got to be a better way of living as a single mom with three children. And I just sat there trying to figure out something to do. And I said, maybe this is the opportunity for me to begin writing again and to go ahead and publish my book. And then I kept saying to myself, like, Sean, don't beat yourself up for losing this job because it was they said it was seasonal, which wasn't the beginning of the contract. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. I kept saying there's got to be some good from this. And I said, by the way, it was good money, but it was still just over broke, juggling, overdue bills. And then finally, I said, I'm just going to congratulate myself for doing what it is that I enjoy doing. And all of a sudden, when I started doing motivational speeches and presentations, I was telling people, congratulations that you lost that job because of the mental and the spiritual and physical and emotional blessings that you get from not having to invest 40 hours a week at a dead-end situation. So then all of a sudden I said, wait a minute. Why not create a word called congratulations, you just lost your job, with the word job being an acronym, just over broke or juggling overdue bills or whatever it is it means for you. And it became catchy. It was contagious. And someone said, wow, that would make for a good read. And immediately the entrepreneur in me said, you need to secure that name, get a website, and start writing. And that's how it was birthed. But then when I started writing, I said, this is too good for me to do by myself. Let me invite other people who feel the same way. Thus, I asked the rest of the Journey team to join me on this project, and it's been a blessing ever since.
Oh, thank you so much. I was truly honored to have you, when you invited me to be part of this, and I do thank you for that. Arlene, are you still with me?
I am. Yes,
okay,
I
great.
am.
So I would love to start off by asking you, number one, what made you choose to become an entrepreneur as opposed to looking for another 40-40-40, as LaShawn calls it?
What made me come up with that? I'm going to give you a quote from Gandhi, and I hope I don't mess it up. And he says that a man, and in my case, a woman, is but the product of their thoughts. And what he thinks, he becomes. So I thought about the things that I was doing, Amia, and to be an entrepreneur, and my hashtag is simply this: punch your own time clock.
Yep.
Think about that. Punch your own time clock. And I thought about that. And I thought about the fact that it began with my mind. It began with recognizing that there were many problems. I had problems. Many other people had problems. And the mindset was, how can I be a solution to someone else's problem? How can I be a solution to my own problem? And entrepreneurship was the answer to that. Because now, not only am I able to help myself, but I'm also able to help others as far as being an entrepreneur is concerned. So I thought about that to be an entrepreneur is to put the ball in my own hand, not to blame shift what anyone else is doing, but just put the ball in my hand and know that I am a product of what I think. And if I think I can, and if I think I can do it, then Mia, I can.
Absolutely. And I believe in you. Absolutely. From the moment we met, you have just been a blessing to me. And I thank you so much for being part of Congratulations, You Just Lost Your Job. We have another new speaker on tonight, and I'm going to jump over to her. Siobhan Goodwin, welcome. It is so nice to see you again, darling. How have you been?
I've been great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
You might want to shift your camera just a little bit to your left. There you go. I just needed you centered a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's all good. So first and foremost, introduce yourselves to everybody who's watching.
Okay.
Let them know what you do in your regular, quote, real life, and also what's the name of your chapter in the book. I know there's a slight delay, so tell them what you do, and then tell them
Well,
the
my
name of your
name is
title.
Siobhan Good. Okay, my name is Siobhan Goodwin. What I do in my real life, I like to speak to young girls, young women, and encourage them to step out and pursue their dreams. And also, I am a co-author of Congratulations, You Just Lost Your Job. And also, I am an author of a book that is being released in July called A Princess and Me. It's a children's book. And
Cool.
I am a mom of 6 daughters. And the title of my journey is More Tears Than Fear.
Wait. What? Did you just say you have 6 daughters?
Yes.
Are they all adopted? Because I know they didn't come out of that skinny little body.
No, they're mine.
Wow. I am still weighing the same amount as the day my son was born, so color me jealous. Well, thank you so much for being on tonight. We're really glad to have you here. So, Ruben, I'm coming over to you to ask you. Now, you have an interesting situation because I feel like what makes your situation different is that you love what you do for a quote, regular job, because it is something that you also created. So, share that story, please. You mentioned it briefly before, but I would love for you to tell the viewers how that came about.
Absolutely. I worked as a surgical tech where we'd pass instruments to the doctors. And when I went to the Gulf War in '91, one of the surgeons that was there, we were in the 410th Evac Hospital, he said, Ruben, we're taking these casualties. We may need you to do some extra things. Can we train you to do a little bit more? And I said, absolutely. Then when I got back home from the war in the state of Kansas, they didn't have that a profession. They didn't have anyone who was just assisting surgeons unless you were a nurse practitioner or a PA. But I didn't want to do those things. I wanted to just go in and assist and call that my career. And so I got the idea that I would start it. I met a couple of other gentlemen, and they had the idea that they would help me do it. And so together we did it. And so that's just one of the things that I do. But what I like saying about it is everything that I've done is something that I have created. Once I got the entrepreneurial bug, it stuck with me. And I think what drove me to this end is my father worked at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Now, during his time there, he was never laid off. He was never let go. He was never fired. But, you know, they had strikes a lot, and they did have a lot of layoffs. And I thought, man, that would be risky having a job where you could go in and no matter how hard you work, they could just say, we're letting you go. And you know, a lot of people find themselves working at places that they're paid just enough so they won't quit, and then they work just hard enough not to get fired. And it's kind of a catch-22, a vicious cycle. And so what I said is I wanted to trust in me. I wanted to put my trust in the fact that I'm willing to work hard, I'm willing to go at it again and again and again, and I'm willing to serve. And so what I think you see in everybody on this platform is that we've found a way to let our skills and talents and abilities serve other people. My favorite book says, the greatest among you shall be your servant. And so not only is this congratulations, you've lost your job, but it's also congratulations to be able to be introduced to a bunch of people who are willing to serve with their skills and talents.
That is fantastic. You know, a lot of times people think that, you know, there's only one choice. Well, this is the way it's always been done. This is the way my dad did it. This is my grandfather did it. So like you said, you know, you saw the situation that your father was in, and obviously he did a great job, you know, raising you and taking care of your family, doing what he was doing. But, you know, most people have this idea that entrepreneurship is, oh, I'm going to lay on the beach and just, watch the cash roll in with the tide. No, we actually work harder at entrepreneurship. We work harder for ourselves than we do for other people. But the one thing I want anybody watching to take away from what Ruben said is what he wanted to do, what he was passionate about, what he was excited about did not exist, so he made it. He created it. He brought it into being and brought other people along with him. And I know you're not going to say this, so I'm going to go ahead and brag on you. That's a multi-million-dollar business that this man created from a passion and a desire. If he can do it, if we can do it, so can you. Dijesh, I'm coming over to you, darling, because you're in an interesting situation because, I hate to keep picking on your age, but you are just a tadpole. But I love the fact that even with the maturity that you have with so few years on the earth, I'm trying to find a diplomatic way of saying you're a baby, you already have a vision. You already see that there's another way. So what made you decide not to go flip burgers or work at the mall?
Okay, so let's go a little bit back into this. Well, I've always been fascinated with art. I've always been fascinated with entertainment, and one of the things I've always seen within different artists, whether it's singers or dancers or painters or sculptors, that you are in control of what you create. And I've always had this thing that I always wanted to be in control of what I've created, and for my future. And I never thought of a normal job as just getting me by. I always wanted to be someone that would inspire the youth and be different. So this mindset of being an entrepreneur was always with me at a young age, and I always told myself, instead of saying I want to be an entrepreneur, I am an entrepreneur. So I had this vision from a very young age, and instead of saying I want to be something, I already made it up in my mind that I actually am that. And being young, still a teenager, and having this organization and a few passive income businesses, I always thought of it as not only for my own benefit but inspiring the youth. And then the vision just became greater because I saw that there was a lack of motivation amongst the youth. And it doesn't come from, let's put it in this term, we get people that are over 25 trying to inspire the youth, and that's great. But do we really have teenagers, or do we really have young adults that are, motivating the youth? And I thought to myself, well, this is different. I haven't seen, there's not many people in SA that could say they've done this and this and this and inspire the youth. So that's what made my vision greater. It was to inspire the youth. Me being young, they would be able to look up to me, but not only that, they'd be able to relate because I am still a teenager, and this is why I actually do what I do today.
What impresses me most is the fact that you already understand something that people in their 50s and 60s and 70s and are still learning, that all it takes is a belief. All it takes is saying I am, and holding that vision, holding that belief, and doing everything to work towards it. May I say I'm proud of you, because I am. I really think you're a great guy.
Thank you.
Ebony, I'm coming over to you now that we got you back. I would love it if you would explain to the viewing audience, what was it that made you choose entrepreneurship as opposed to, punching a time clock for somebody else?
Basically, what really inspired me to do it is that it's something that I always wanted to do. But the funny part about it was that my family didn't really want it to me to do it. I was always taught growing up, go to school, go get a good education, go get a good job, get some good money, get the benefits, save up for your retirement plan, that's it. But I always wanted to be the person not looking for a job, but to create jobs. And for a while, I was kind of afraid about it because not having that, growing up in such a negative environment and not really having that support in my vision, what I wanted to do was really hard. But I think what really changed my whole thought process about it is that while I was attending college, I went to a networking event, and there was a young man that was speaking. He was only 22 years old, and he was retired, a billionaire retired. And at that point, I was really thinking, well, I mean, I'm just as smart as he is. You know, I had the same gifts and talents, so why can't I do the same thing? And I realized it was just my mindset that I didn't believe in my own abilities. I didn't believe that I can do it just because of what I heard growing up. And so from there, it really inspired me to really become my own, and knowing that I do have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And now not only empowering myself to do it, but empowering others, is that if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you have something that you feel like you can share, make a business out of it, then go ahead and do it. So that's really what just drove me, just that self-belief that starting to make something that I always wanted to do, and now I'm living it. So I'm thankful for that.
That is fantastic. Thank you for sharing. If you're out there listening, you probably heard the same things that I just heard, but I want to make sure that we heard it the same way. What Ebony talked about was gifts, talents, and mindset. Now, I am gifted. I am gifted in the arena of words. I am talented with writing, with creating, and now thanks to Ruben and some other people, with public speaking. But I don't want anyone out there to think that because you don't consider yourself gifted, because you think you don't have any talents, that you can't be an entrepreneur. Let's put that one to rest right now. You have talents, you just have to discover what they are, nurture them, and get them to flourish. If you are absolutely the most untalented person in the world, that's okay, because you have skills. If you don't have skills, you can get skills. Skills you can always learn them. So if it is in your heart to be an entrepreneur, to work for yourself, to trust in yourself, as Ruben said, to be in control, as Dejesh said, to master your mindset, as Ebony said, there's absolutely no reason in the world why you can't do this. Siobhan, I'm coming over to you to find out what made you decide on entrepreneurship as opposed to, taking the safe route. I won't name the person in my life who thinks I'm crazy because he wants to know that he has a guaranteed paycheck every week. But guess who's unemployed right now, and guess who's got work coming in? So, the fact that you work for somebody else is not always a guarantee. So what made you choose to take this risk, so to speak, of being an entrepreneur?
Well, the corporate life as a single mom, it didn't work for me. When I had three children at the time is when I discovered corporate life didn't work for me. You have to be on their time. When you can't have freedom. You can't go to doctor's appointments. It's just different things that didn't work for me as a single mom. And I wanted to have control. I wanted to go to the doctor's. I had to go to the doctor's appointments when there were no one else there to go. I wanted to go to the events, and I didn't want to have to stress about getting written up or unnecessary things. Plus, I just always felt like it was something more to me than just going to someone else's office and making money for them. I always felt that it was something more. When I first started out, I didn't know. I just started tapping into different things. But as I grew and things didn't work, I learned about myself and I discovered my purpose. So that's why I stepped out and decided to be an entrepreneur. And you want to wake up every day and do something that you love to do. You don't want to get up and dread going to work every day. That's torture. Torture. So I'm happy. So I made a great decision.
I think you did too. I'm so glad you're here on the call with us tonight. Thank you. So as for me, I march to my own drummer. In fact, I have my own band, and nothing makes me happier than, today was I still have a job. I still have a corporate sponsor, but luckily I have chosen where I'm working. I've chosen the hours that I'm working, and I choose the number of days that I work, and I'm so blessed to be able to do that. But tomorrow is a whole nother kettle of fish. I am so excited. I haven't even gone to bed yet, and I'm already excited to wake up tomorrow morning. Why? Because that's my time. I have meetings at 9, at 10, at 1, at 3, and at 4, but they're because I set them. So, like we've already talked about, entrepreneurship gives you a certain amount of control. But more than anything else, like Siobhan just said, corporate life is not conducive to freedom. If you're out there and you're watching on Facebook, do me a favor and put that into the feed. Tag one of us, tag Siobhan, tag Ruben, tag Dejesh, Ebony, or LaShawn, or me, and just say corporate is not conducive to freedom, because that's the truth. Every day that I was working at a law firm, the whole ride up on the elevator, I'm like, 8 hours. This is not my real life. 8 hours. That's all I have to do. This is not my real life. Whereas as an entrepreneur, man, I'm excited. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I cannot wait for the new people I'm going to meet, the ideas we're going to brainstorm, the plans we're going to come up with. I mean, I am excited about entrepreneurship, and I think that's why both of those words start with the letter E. So, LaShawn, I'm going to come back to you. You have an interesting situation. Now, I have a question I'm going to be asking everybody, but yours is an interesting situation. So the question is, what do you believe is your true purpose, and are you currently working from it? Now, I happen to know what your corporate jobs were, and that those do feed into your purpose, but explain those to the viewers.
Wow. When you said that, I started smiling immediately, because the corporate jobs that I had in the past wasn't really working towards my passion nor purpose. I feel that now, me helping people find their voice, me being the motivator's motivator, having an opportunity to show my children that hard work does pay off, because, all of us, including myself, had a second chance from mistakes. I think that that is really working towards my purpose. And because I have been blessed, I really believe that I'm walking in my purpose right now. And for a while, I didn't know what my purpose was. I thought my purpose was to be a substance abuse counselor and working with people with mental health and ex-offenders, HIV/AIDS, things of that nature. I thought that was it, that was the only thing that I was called to do, because I was pretty good at it. But then when I found out that I can utilize my voice for so much more, I could utilize my motivation and my passion for so much more, I realized that I was not really I'm walking and pressing towards my purpose. So I really believe I'm in a season right now that I have been placed, God has placed me in a situation right now where I can now embrace my purpose, and I can encourage other people to do the same. So yeah, I think I am. There's a lot more that's in me, and so much more I'm going to do and want to do. But as far as me walking in my purpose, yeah, I think I've been blessed too.
All right, sing it with me. This girl is on fire. All right, Arlene, I'm switching back to you, darling. What do you believe your purpose to be, and are you currently working from it?
Thank you so much, and thank you to all the ones that went before me, Mia. I believe now my purpose, it has shifted. All my life working with jobs, I thought that my purpose was based on what I learned when I grew up, and that was to graduate from high school. You go to school, go to college, get a good good government job. That's what was pushed with me. And then maybe later on in life, if you're ambitious enough, then you can start a business of your own. And in the process of getting the good government job and listening to what the standard of what the world say we should have, what a career looks like, I came up with some health challenges. And because of those health challenges, it brought entrepreneurship to me even greater, because I thought my purpose and passion was one thing, but God showed me that it was something else. That because of my own change, and I want our viewing audience to know that change is a choice. And I had to choose to change where I was as far as health is concerned. And when I did that, from there came a new side of entrepreneurship that led me to see that what I was doing in changing myself from being a person who had various ailments and overcame them, and with people asking me what I did and sharing that with others, I came to find out that my passion now is living life on purpose, meaning I have a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things. I have a new lease on life now, and my desire and my passion now is to help others know that they too can change themselves from the inside out. That they too can learn that when they work on themselves, they're working on the greatest asset that they have, which is them and their health. So becoming an entrepreneur for me was learning that now my passion is to see so many people become as healthy as they possibly can if they choose to do so. So that's what it has meant for me, Mia.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Arlene. And if you have never met Arlene or don't know anything about her, this wonderful, amazing lady lost 65 pounds just by choosing to make some differences in her choices with regards to her health and how she chose to live the rest of her life. So we are so proud of you for that. Ruben, I'm coming to you to find out, what do you believe your true purpose is, and are you currently working from it?
Sure. So I believe that my true purpose, my true calling, my true mission is to inspire others to live theirs. When I originally got my degree in criminal justice with emphasis on juvenile corrections, and I was working at the juvenile correction facility, I just wanted to make a difference in these young people's lives. And I realized I wasn't able to do it under their circumstances because they had all these rules and regulations, and it really wasn't about making the kids better. It was actually a for-profit facility, so it was a matter of making sure we kept them there. And that's what inspired me to start my martial arts school, because I knew that I could be a role model and inspiration and give them guidance and direction. But it's kind of funny the way things are revealed to you. See, we can let our past define us, or we can let our past direct us. And so what I realized is that there were some things that I've been through in my past, and they were going to push me in a new direction. And so I said, wait a minute, if I can inspire these young people, because sometimes it's hard. They got all these things going on. They got TV, Xbox, you name it. And if I could get their attention, you know what I could do? I could probably get the attention of some people who are adults, who would want to do something different. And so what I said is, wait a minute, I'm going to use my life as a message. I'm going to use my life as a direction. I'm going to show them that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And here's what happens. When you step out on faith, when you step out on belief, things just start to happen for you. So, I got an opportunity to be in this amazing book. I got an opportunity to do that Live Your Best Life event. I just put out there on Facebook that next month I'm receiving my honorary doctorate over in Houston. I mean, all these things are happening, but why? Because I stepped out on faith, because I decided to use my life as a guideboard to other people to say, look, there's some things that you've been trained to do, but as Dr. Hawk said it, there's some things that you've been ordained to do. And so when you step out on faith and you have that ability to believe, and you get around people who can help you see yourself differently, you'll have some things that happen for you that you never thought possible. So my message, don't let your past define you. Let it direct you, because your
Very
future
nice.
is calling.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I know I said it online, but congratulations again about that honorary doctorate. We are so proud of you.
Well, thank you. It's because I get the opportunity to hang around people like that are in this group. They push me to be better. And what's funny about all of us is we don't stop to toot our own horn. We don't even think about it. We just do what we do. And so I'm just impressed and amazed that someone would even acknowledge some of the things that I do. I just feel very blessed.
We're blessed to have you as part of the book. Absolutely. Dijesh, what do you believe your true purpose is, and are you currently working from it? I don't even know why I'm asking this, because the answer for all of us is yes, but
Okay, I have this belief that your purpose is directly linked to your passion. And I ask this a lot amongst school kids. I ask them this question: what do you want to do for the rest of your life? And you should think about that. And many of them don't have that answer. They do not know what they want to do for the rest of their life. And along the way, on my journey, I've come across a lot of students who, they're probably in school or right now in university or college, and they still don't know what they want to do. I mean, some of them are studying and they don't enjoy that field, or some of them are, they're doing a course that they don't enjoy. And I always ask them, what is your passion? And once you find your passion and you follow your passion, that is directly linked to your purpose. And how do I believe in this? Well, I never knew, like, to be honest, I didn't even know what purpose was like 2 years ago. And, when I came across, like, taking my passion and, putting it into something that, be able to sustain me, putting it into a business and, branding that passion, I figured out that, wow, I'm not now living life on a 9 to 5. I'm living life on my own rules. I'm creating what I want to create, and I'm letting everything unfold according to, like, how I move the let's just say the controls on the computer or joystick. And I figured out that once you actually follow your passion, it doesn't just become about that passion. It becomes a way to say to the next person, or a way to inspire the next person to follow their passion. And that's purpose. Following your passion.
I love that. I love that. That is so gorgeous that your purpose is linked to your passion, and if you follow that, you're going to get where you want to be. The only reason I'm rephrasing is because it looks like Dejesh froze up a little bit, so I'm going to jump over to Ebony. Ebony, what do you believe is your true purpose, and are you currently working from it?
Everybody that follows me knows me. I love music. I love singing. I love entertainment. And I always say that, God might give us the same type of talents and gifts, but He purposely designed our purpose specifically for each one of us. And I say that because, growing up, I wanted to be the next Whitney Houston. I love Whitney Houston. I listened to her growing up. I thought it was going to be it. And so, but when I realized is that music, and entertainment can have such a good impact and not just a negative impact. And when I just start writing music and start singing and start putting myself out there, I just think the benefit of it is not just people know my name and, getting those CD sales and people buy my music, but when people actually come to me, inbox me, message me, text me and say, man, your song, I was going through something. I was really hurt, I was really down, but your song, God Believe in Me, touched me. It just made me, just encouraged me, it's motivated me. I just think that is the reward. And just recently I realized that my gifts are not for myself, but I think my gifts are to empower others. And I think that's my purpose, is to inspire and to motivate others through my music and through my gifts and talents. And I think right now I am doing it. I'm going to continue to pursue that because at the end of the day, that's what I want to happen, is to use the gifts and talents that God's given me to empower and motivate others.
That is fantastic. It looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulty again. We lost Dejesh, and I am trying to get Siobhan unmuted. I'm not sure. Siobhan, say something, honey. Nope. Okay, hold on one second. Let me figure this out. I can do this. I can. I am not sure what happened here. Okay.
Hey.
There we go. Okay, I got you. There you are. All right. All right, there you go. People, if you're out there, thank you for hanging in. Thank you for putting up with this. I don't know what your faith is, but somebody does not want us to speak tonight, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, Siobhan, what is your purpose, and are you working from it?
My purpose is to do this with nothing in my hands, to step out and pursue my dreams with nothing in my hands. And the reason I say with nothing in my hands is because being a single mom, financially, me personally, and I know a lot of people, you have a dream or you have a goal that you want to achieve, but you're scared because you may feel guilty because what if, the what ifs, the what ifs, the what ifs, and you say, well, you got a family to take care of. So I am walking in my purpose because I'm pursuing my dreams. I'm stepping out. I'm walking out of my purpose, and I'm doing it with nothing in my hand. And also, my goal is to share with people that just because something doesn't work doesn't mean you need to stop or you need to fail. You know, a lot of times we shrink our dreams or we shrink our vision to fit in our current circumstances. But we don't need to do that because then we're really not pursuing our true dreams, our true passions. We have to reach for it. We have to commit. We have to reach, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's worth it. So when you all purchase your books and you read my journey, More Tears and Fears, you'll see all the adversities that I faced. And if I did not quit, if I did not give up, no one should. No one at all. So I am truly walking in my purpose, and I'm so excited because I love to uplift people. I love to help people feel good, and so that's what I'm doing.
Fantastic. That you are an inspiration. You really are. And we're so proud of you, and we're so glad to have you as part of this book project.
Thank you.
Well, as for me, I guess I have to follow my friend Glenn Garn's advice and eat my own cooking. So to answer the question, yes, I do know what my purpose is. I believe my purpose is to share stories. I guess that sounds a little simplistic, but when you think about what stories are, they are a very specific kind of communication. It is a way of reaching out to other people. It's a way of connecting. It's a way of saying, hey, this is what I've been through. You're not alone. You're not the only one going through this, and if I can get through it, so can you. Or it's a way to inspire somebody. Hey, I had this idea, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, and everybody told me I was crazy, but I stepped out on faith with empty hands, as Siobhan says, and I made it happen. So I believe that my purpose is to give people a voice on paper. And I am doing my best to work from that purpose each and every day. There are stories that need to be told. There are stories that some people are ashamed to tell. But as I said on a presentation that I did with Ruben recently, the scars that we try hardest to hide might be the ones that somebody needs to see the most. So I'm going to come back around, and no, I'm not. LaShawn's not with us. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep talking. And I'm going to tell you that congratulations, you just lost your job. This incredible, amazing journey that we are all taking together, this story collection, Our Voices on Paper, is going to be available in less than 2 weeks. It's going to be available on the 4th of July. Now, there's a reason for that. If you haven't figured it out, now if you're an international audience, you may not know this, but the 4th of July is Independence Day here in the United States. And since we have gained independence from our JOBs, from our 40-40-40, from our corporate sponsors, we are celebrating that by releasing, congratulations, you just lost your job, on Independence Weekend. So, LaShawn, I'm going to bring it over to you so you can tell our viewers exactly where they can get the book, how they can get the book, and while you're doing that, I'm going to say goodbye to somebody.
Yes, it's an amazing opportunity that we have to release a book the weekend of July 4th because it is Independence, and you can go to www.cyjlyj.com. I got it right today.
I swear,
www.cy
LaShawn is the mastermind of this project, and she screws up the title every single time. So in case
because
you didn't get,
the initials was jacking me up, but I'm just so excited. You can go to the website www.cyjlyj.com, which are the initials of congratulations, you just lost your job. And when you go to that website, there's a bunch of things that's going on. First, you're going to see why we did the book. As any great work will give you the who, what, when, why, where, and how. So it gives you all of that. It gives you 2 or 3 different pages that you can go ahead and order the book. So I encourage you to take advantage of our buy one get one or BOGO special. Go on the website now. Now please take heed. Please, please, please. These are pre-order sales. The book will not come to you until July, and it's coming in an e-form, but I guarantee you, you are going to love it. The editor, she says she can't stop talking about the book and how she's so elated that she had the opportunity to edit the book and get the first dib on reading it. So please go to www.cyjlyj.com and learn how you can say congratulations, deuces to the 40-40-40 Club.
I love it. I love it. So, in case you can't tell, we are really proud of this project. We are excited to have been a part of it, and we are hoping to encourage some other people out there that, maybe you've been sitting back and you're miserable. Maybe you wake up in the morning and you just dread, tossing off the covers and stepping out your door, and maybe you're miserable, maybe you're unhappy, and maybe you think that's the way it's supposed to be, but we're here to tell you that you're wrong. There is another way, and you don't have to necessarily quit or get fired or get laid off. All right? There's no reason why you can't start your entrepreneurial journey now while you still have a corporate sponsor. Why not get them to help you, fund your mission? Fund your idea, fund your creativity. Now, try not to do it on their time. I don't want you to get caught. I don't want you to get fired. I want you to join the world of entrepreneurship, but if you tell them that Mia Zachary said it's okay for you to do your work on their time, do not point your finger in my direction, okay? That's all I'm asking. So what I would like to do at this point is I'm going to start with Arlene. What I would like to do is have each of the authors share a final piece of advice. Now, I hope everybody out there has been taking notes. In case you think that just because I'm part of this book I can't learn anything, you're wrong. Look at this. I got notes all over this paper. Ruben said, I wanted to be an entrepreneur so I could trust in me. Dejesh said that your purpose is linked to your passion. Ebony said that your gifts and your talents are not enough. It's about your mindset. Siobhan said corporate was not conducive to her freedom. Ebony wanted something more. Ebony also said that her gifts are meant to empower others. Arlene said change is a choice. And I think we all talked about stepping out on faith, but Ruben said that, your past doesn't have to define you. I'm going to go a little bit further and say your current situation doesn't have to define you. Let it direct you, because your situation is not your destination.
That's right.
And I love this. Siobhan said, don't shrink from your dreams. Marianne Williamson, if you don't know this quote, go look it up because I'm about to mess it up. But she basically said, who are you? She basically said, who are you to keep playing small? God designed us for better.
Right.
He wants us to be happy. He wants us to feel fulfilled. And more than anything else, he wants us to reach back, reach down, pay it forward, and bring other people with us into a life that we love. We're going to live our best lives, as my friend Ruben West always says. So, Arlene, I'm coming to you right now. I would love to get your best advice after I mute somebody. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Arlene, if you're still there, I would like you to give your best piece of advice to anybody listening in case, they think that maybe they might want to try being an entrepreneur sometime, but they're just not sure if they can do this. What would be your advice to encourage them?
Thank you, Mia. My advice to encourage them would simply be live your life on purpose. Look at what's in your hands. Look what you have. Look what you're passionate about. And find a way to take that passion and reach your hands out to others so that you can be able, like the rest of us, to punch your own time clock and be that entrepreneur that you are having deep down inside of you. So live your life on purpose because you are placed here on planet Earth with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful, Arlene. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Ruben, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
What advice would you give for people? People look at you and they see this amazing, incredibly, gifted man who has achieved so much. But you know what? You didn't drop onto the planet with everything you ever wanted, and
Nope.
you had to go overcome some stuff to get to where you are. So what advice would you give to somebody who might be feeling a little bit of fear?
Well, it's normal. It's normal and natural. But I read a book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And so what I realized is that I had a situation, and we all have one. But when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. And so you have to be the change that you want to see. And once I realized in my mind that I wanted to make this change, that I just had to step out there, that I couldn't just keep playing it small. I couldn't do what other people have done. I couldn't listen to what they had told me. I couldn't follow their path. Henry David Thoreau said, don't go where the path leads, go where there's no path and leave a trail. I wanted to leave a trail for other people to follow, and that's what every single person in this book wanted to do. And we're not saying follow my path, go be a martial artist, or follow Tashi's path and go be a dancer, or you probably won't be a singer like Ebony Archer, and she's amazing. What we're saying is go the entrepreneurial path. Take a chance. I heard a quote that talked about 20 years from now, you won't be upset about the things that you did. It would be the things that you did not do that you're going to be upset about. And so all I'm going to suggest to you is you have to step out there on faith. And I got to leave them with this. I was in the military. And what was interesting is we went to basic training. And so while we were in basic training, they were preparing us for something. And I hated it while I was in basic training. They made us get up early. They yelled at us. They made us carry stuff and run all over the place. I just thought, what's wrong with these guys? And then when I got to the war in 91, I realized, man, I'm glad I had that training. Now I look back and I realize why I went through all that training. And it was necessary, and I couldn't see it at the time. There's someone listening right now, and you've been through some things, and it's been difficult, and people have yelled at you, and they've dogged you out, and you've had to do things, and it was hard, and you kept getting up, they'd knock you down again. You get up, they knock you down again. But here's what I want you to know. You were in training. If we didn't go through all of the experiences that we went through, we wouldn't be where we are right now today. So you have to take the things that you experienced, the training that you got, and put it to work for you. You are going to be the change that you want to see. I am looking forward to getting the feedback from the people who read this book on July 4th. Thank you, Mia.
Thank you so much. As always, powerful, powerful words. Dejesh, not everybody gets to do what you're doing. And I, quite frankly, am jealous. I wish I had known when I was your age what you know, because my path would have been so different.
Yes.
Not saying I wouldn't still have had the twists and the turns, but I would have had a different purpose. I would have been living from my passion. So if there's anyone out there, teen, 20s, 30s, I'm going to stop there, who is maybe unsure of this path, what advice would you give them, my friend?
Okay, let's take it now. Let's look at it this way. First of all, I just want everyone to know that in order to reach your destination, you've got to know where you're going. So that the first step for anything, I think, is always have this mental picture of what you want to do, what you want to become, and where you want to go. Because once you know where you want to go, everything else in between, just becomes a learning experience to get there. And the most powerful thing is just that vision. Just know what you want to become and what you want to do. And along the way, what you learn, what you go through, what you experience, it's part of your journey. It's always part of this journey that you have. And along this, you'll have adventures and you'll have setbacks and you'll have ups and downs, but it's all a learning experience. Because once you reach the end of that destination, you look back and you say to yourself, wow, I lived the most amazing life. And that's what I'm going to leave people with. Just have a vision of that, that end result at the end of your journey. Have a vision of that, and life will.
I love that. I love that. At the end of it, I am going to say I had an amazing life. I'm going to skid in sideways with my hair on fire, a hangover, some cute 20-year-old boy on my arm. I'm going to die empty. I'm going to live an amazing life because Jesh gave me permission to do so. But more importantly, he gave everyone watching permission to do so. You don't actually need our permission, but you absolutely have our blessing and our encouragement. Ebony, I'm coming over to you. There are people who are sitting on this, computer or wherever they are, and they're looking at the time because they got to go to bed soon. They got to get up in very, very few hours to go work for somebody else, to do what they're told, to not think, to not feel, but just to get the job done so they can go home and do it again the next day. What advice would you leave them with?
I will always say, don't allow fear to dictate your future. I got to say that you got to believe in yourself, and don't let the naysayers tell you what you can't do, what you're not going to do, what you won't do, what you ain't finna do. But I always realize is that once I start believing in what I can do, the things that I know that I can achieve, my gifts and abilities, I realize that the sky is unlimited. I realize that I
Nice.
can't let fear stop me from achieving what I want and reaching my dreams. So if you're working at a job that you do not like and you know that you can do better, then believe that you can do better. Don't let nothing stop you or block you, because at the end of the day, you just got to believe in yourself. And once you believe in yourself, nothing or no one can stop you from doing that.
I love that. I love that. And if you don't know this out there in, wherever you are in the world, fear is just false evidence appearing real. It's the stories that you tell yourself, or worse, the stories that other people tell you that you have chosen to believe. They tell you that you can't do it. They tell you that, you're going to fail. They tell you that it's a dumb idea, that you're crazy, all these other things, and then you start feeling fear. Well, fear is just false evidence appearing real. So go out there and prove them wrong. Ebony's got your back. All right, Siobhan, I'm coming over to you. Hopefully we have this sound issue fixed. Can you say something? Say something good. Say something powerful. Say something inspiring. No pressure.
Don't quit.
All right. So that's it? That's all you want to say?
No, you want me to continue?
I want you to continue. I want you to, somebody out here, you know what? I'm going to get real for a second. Hopefully somebody is watching this broadcast and they got 6 kids and they're a single mom. I want you to say something to that woman so that she can get up tomorrow morning and try again.
Okay. Well, defeat is not defeat unless you quit. You have to have courage to make a decision. You have to make a decision that you're going to fight for your dreams, that you're going to fight for what you want in your life, because you deserve it. You deserve to live the best life that you were created to live. You have to believe in yourself. You can't worry about what other people are saying or their opinion. If you believe in you, other people will believe in you. And by the time they decide to believe in you, it won't even matter anymore because you're going to be past believing to knowing. And it takes courage to make a decision. But just practice having courage, making a decision. If you start with something small, something that you want to do but you may be timid, just do it. Just do it because you have to live the life for you. And believe me, you're going to be helping someone else. We all have a purpose. We all have a reason that we were put here on this earth. So don't ever give up and trust the process. If something doesn't work, try again. Because what it's doing is building you. Tapping into what Ruben said is building you to walk into your purpose. You have to be able to fulfill what you actually are created to do. If something is hard, it's because something is great. Something is great out there for you, but you have to be able to have the strength to deal with it. You have to be able to talk to somebody else about what you went through. You have to be able to relate to that person. So if something is hard, doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. It just means that greater is coming. So never give up and always believe in yourself and stay positive. Practice being positive all the time.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. If you are anything like me, you're always thinking and daydreaming. There's always stuff going on up here. And there's something that you want. There's a particular kind of lifestyle that you want to have. And you can see it in magazines and you can see it on TV and sometimes you can see it in your imagination, but maybe you don't believe it's for you. We're here to tell you, as the authors, some of the authors, because there's people who are not with us tonight, they'll be on other broadcasts, you've seen them before, maybe you'll see them again. What we all want you to know is that it's possible. It's not going to be easy. I'm the last person to lie to you. You're going to work your ass off. You think a 9 to 5 is hard? Entrepreneurship is 6 a.m. to midnight. Get ready. But the difference is when you are working from your purpose, when you are working from your passion, when you are truly serving others, you're willing to put in those kind of hours because it is all worth it in the end. So I don't know what you're waiting for. If you needed permission, we already gave it to you tonight. If you were looking for inspiration, we gave you that too. If you were waiting for motivation, we got it in spades. We got a whole book full of motivation just waiting for you. So you ready for my hashtag? Here it comes. Welcome to someday. Stop waiting. I don't know what you're waiting for, but it's not waiting for you. Be clear on that. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us, and you don't want to die with your dreams still inside you. So please, go to the website, www.cyjlyj.com. www, congratulations, you just lost your job. It's an acronym. You're smart. I know you'll figure it out. I also know you're smart enough to take advantage of the buy one, get one free offer. But guess what? That's a limited time offer. The universe rewards people who take action. So if you take action today, if you go ahead and pre-order your copy, if you get a copy to give to a friend, in fact, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to go ahead and pre-order your copy and then let a friend know that it's coming. That friend who hates their job, that friend who doesn't want to do it anymore, that friend who's terrified of getting fired and not being in control of their life. Tell them that there's something coming for them on Independence Weekend. Let them know that where they are is not where they have to be, because you have a choice. You have a choice to live your best life ever. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to my girl LaShawn to shut it down as only she can. LaShawn, the stage is yours.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first off, before I say anything, I want to say thank you to all of the authors, the contributing co-authors for this magnificent book, for giving their journeys, for being so candid and transparent. Because see, one thing about entrepreneurship, you're going to have to tell your testimony one day so people can know that you didn't get from point A to point Z like that. You know, entrepreneurship and perfection do not mix. And I want you to hashtag that. Entrepreneurship and perfection does not mix, because there's no perfect time to start, there's no perfect remedy to do it, there's no perfect partnership, there's no perfect person. So because of that, understand that your success is not going to be linear. It's not going to be a straight perfect path. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be some times if you just want to quit, then go back to the 40-40-40 club, because we become complacent and say, well, it's a guaranteed check every 2 weeks. But guess what? It's also a guaranteed ulcer. It's a guaranteed stroke. It's a guaranteed heart attack. It's guaranteed stress, because if you're working somewhere that you do not enjoy or you do not feel fulfilled. I'm not talking to you all that are working and can't wait to get up in the morning. I'm not talking to the person that runs to work and can't wait to get there because they're fulfilled in their passion. I'm talking to the one that stretches out their 8-hour day, just doing just enough to get by, just to get that 40-hour paycheck. That's who I'm talking about. You know, when I read these stories of these great authors, and I'm telling you, I had tears in my eyes, and I'm trying not to do it again, because I'm reading this, and I'm like, my God, these stories are amazing. And this is a nonfiction book, people, so it's not like we all got together and said, let's make something that sounds juicy and great. This is real life stuff. So what I'm trying to say is, this is imperfection perfected at its best. Again, this is imperfection perfected at its best. Les Brown said it best. Fail your way to success. And each and every one of us in this book has failed our way to some type of success. And guess what? We are still going. Becoming an entrepreneur does not mean that you're taking a vacation. Becoming an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you're not working anymore. Becoming an entrepreneur, what we're inviting you to, is an opportunity to work your behind off, but on your terms. That's it. So suddenly, working from 9 to 6 doesn't feel like it, because you're doing what you love. Suddenly, you know, working 6 days a week isn't exactly work, because it's something that you enjoy and love doing. We want you to promote health and wellness. We want you to eat right. We want you to get your rest. We want you to do all of that. But guess what? As an entrepreneur, you can afford yourself the opportunity to do that. When you work for somebody else, especially in a micromanaged system, you have to ask permission to go to the doctor, permission to go to the dentist, permission to go to GYN, whatever it is that you have to go to, you have to ask permission. So what I'm asking you tonight, along with my other friends, my sisters and brothers, my co-authors of this book, we're asking you, when are you going to stop punching someone else's clock and making their dream a success while your dream lies dormant and dies? That's what we're asking you. When are you going to wake your dream up, get it going, and let somebody else benefit from what it is that you have to offer? Go ahead to our website, read our stories, be inspired, and inspire somebody else. That's all I have for you.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to give everybody a quick chance to say goodnight. Arlene, are you still there? Arlene, are you still there?
I'm here.
All right.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, baby. Say goodnight. Give him the website one more time, and then say goodnight.
The website is Congratulations, You Just Lost Your Job, and it is, and I might mess it up,
Okay.
See, I'm not the only one who does it. See?
Oh my gosh! You know what? I'm so, if I had the markers, I'd put it on the board behind me. I should have done that. It is www.cyjlyj cyjlyj. Say it 3 times. cyjlyj.
CYJLYJ.
There we go. All right, Jess, say goodnight.
All right, good night, everybody, or good morning to some people. And And I urge everyone to go and pre-order your copy www.cyjlyj.com. Get yours today.
Fantastic. Thank you. Ebony, say goodnight.
Good night, everyone. I truly enjoyed myself on this evening. And make sure you grab your copy. Buy one, get one free at www.cyjlyj.com.
Ruben.
Great. Hey, you know I got to give you a quote. General Patton said, "A good plan executed today is better than a perfect plan executed at some indefinite point in the future."
Nice.
Go to our website, CYJ, LYJ, and GET, the BOOK. Get the book. Go to the website, CYJ, LYJ, and get the book. Thank you very much, you guys.
I love it. I love it. Siobhan.
Good night, everyone. I hope we bless some people out there. Hopefully, everybody. But go out and get your purpose, or your purpose. Yeah, okay. Go out and purchase your book. The website is www. I got it right here. CYJLYJ.com.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, that was it.
I'm teasing.
Oh.
Listen, you know what? We have a lot of fun. This is a fantastic group, and I am so happy to be part of it. Thank you so much for sharing this evening with us. We hope you learned something. We hope that you got something out of it. We hope you've been inspired. We hope you've been motivated. But more than anything else, we hope you go to the website, www.cyjlyj.com. Good night.
Good night. Thank you all.
You guys